So the market's just open, and look at that, guys. Everything is selling off again. And if you guys didn't see yesterday, we had a red day yesterday, and it looks like that's continuing into this morning. So let's break it down. If you all find value, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to get your $10 plus up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and your 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below, and let's talk. So again, markets open just 5 minutes ago, and all these indexes are in the red. We have the Russell down 1.6%, NASDAQ 100 down 1.2. We have the S&P down 1.1 as the Dow Jones is down 0.7%. We even have gold and silver down. Silver's down another 3% almost, as gold is down 0.75%, and we have the VIX up about 3%. Now the VIX is pushing back into the mid-20s. We'll take a look at that in a second. But first, guys, let's just talk about SPY. Let's talk about Triple Q, and then we're going to break down some earnings. We had Alibaba report, Macys, BJ's Wholesale Club. Then we'll break down some other stocks on my watch list. So sit back, relax, and let's just talk, guys. Let's get into it. So what we're noticing on SPY right now is a pullback to the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That's what we're seeing, and pretty much that is where we're also getting a green candle here on the 4-hour, although it's obviously way too early to tell if we're going to bounce or break right through it and go down maybe to 380. So as of now, that is what we're seeing. We got pretty overbought, and we called this out. I mean, we called out the consolidation on SPY. You can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute, it was holding, or maybe on the 10-day chart at this point. You know, it was holding around 395 to about 400, 403. And I told you guys, if we break 395, we're going to see some selling down towards that moving average on the 4-hour chart, and that's what we ended up getting. That's where we are right now as SPY's down 1.2%. Now, the million-dollar question is, are we going to hold 390 here, or are we going to collapse right through and then fill the gap down to 378, maybe 380, which would put it right by the 180 SMA? And quite frankly, that would mean even at that point, bulls would still be in charge. Even at 378, 380, like I mentioned in my videos yesterday. So we're going to see, guys, we're probably going to get more, obviously, price action today. I mean, we are going to get more price action. It's only 9:38 when I'm filming this video. So we'll see how today plays out. Of course, we have tomorrow as well, and I have a feeling we're going to get more direction today. So, yeah, SPY at about 390. This is a very critical spot. You guys got to watch it. Triple Q, let's see where that's at. Triple Q is also at a critical spot. Looks like we failed at 285, which I mentioned before, guys. That was a resistance weeks ago. We were holding it for the past couple of days, but obviously now we got the selling pressure right under that. Now we're at the moving averages where, bulls are still in charge here on Triple Q, but they're holding on by a thread. I'm going to be honest. If Triple Q breaks under 275, 273, and mind you, right now it's at 281, it is going to be ugly for the bulls from there. We're probably going to go back to 258, 260, 265, but as of now, it's looking like buyers are coming in. As of now, I mean, it's kind of early to tell, honestly, but we are seeing a little green candle starting to form here on the 4-hour right above the 50 SMA. That's a good sign, but let's see how it plays out. We have to give it some time. If this falls under, again, 275, it's going to be ugly. So let's see for the, what's going on here on the VIX. And I've called this out time and time again, and I've talked to you guys about it. Overall, in the past year and a half, the VIX has been, hovering between 20 on the lower end to about 35, 40 on the higher end. And let's be honest here, we are closer to 20 now than we are to 35, 40. So I'm not saying we're going to see a huge spike in the VIX or anything like that, but, it's at a point where it really could go either way. I mean, and again, just like the markets at this point could go either way. That's why we have to see some more price action and see kind of the direction we pick, heading into the later today and, of course, tomorrow. So VIX right now, not much to say on it, but it's up a little bit, 3%, and, it's not fully breaking out or anything like that. It's not like we're having a 10% green day in the VIX or something, but it is starting to creep back into the mid 20s, which you got to be mindful of that. You got to keep an eye on that as always. So let's talk about some of these companies. We had Alibaba report earnings this morning, which you guys know this is one of my Chinese holdings that I'm down massively on. I'm open to, to tell you that, and I've been telling you that. This is one that I'm getting clobbered on. And they reported this morning, they did adjusted, or actually not adjusted, EPS, regular, unadjusted, of $1.82 versus $1.64 estimated. So they beat on that. Revenue came in at $29.12 billion versus the $29.45 billion estimate. They missed on that. So they beat EPS, missed revenue, and they bought back another $18 billion of stock in the quarter, and they're actually extending their buyback program now through the end of full year 25, I believe. Full year 25, and they added $15 billion to that buyback program. So looks like Alibaba right now is up, which I mean in the long term, does it matter if it's up today or down tomorrow? No, but for now, in the very short term, it's up after these earnings. It's breaking out of these moving averages, which it really hasn't done that for 3.5 months pretty much, right? So that's a good sign. Alibaba is really starting to show some signs of a reversal, but you guys know how that goes, right? You've seen that. We've seen this happen before. These Chinese stocks have a little bit of a run. There's a rally. There's some hope from Biden meeting with Xi Jinping or whatever. Tension is starting to go down, and then they get smacked upside the face with a negative catalyst a couple weeks down the line. So I would not be surprised if Alibaba runs a little bit more. Sure, it could go to 80, 85, whatever, maybe. Hovers here in the mid-70s, high 70s for all we know. I don't know. But I would not be surprised if it dumps back to the 60s. Let's put it that way. If we get a catalyst, then a negative catalyst, it's probably going to come back under these moving averages. I would not be surprised, and quite frankly, I'm preparing myself for that. And this is a long-term play for me, as you guys know, so I'm not watching it every day. I'm like biting my nails watching the screen. That's not what I'm doing with Alibaba, but I do keep an eye on it, and I do check up on it, from time to time. And, and of course we cover it on the channel, maybe like once a week, but, I'm not over obsessing about it because, it's a speculative position to begin with. And, of course, with all the turmoil going on with the stock, I kind of, when there's a lot of craziness going on with the stock I own, I kind of don't want to get too caught up in it, if that makes any sense. I buy and I'm holding for the long term, and then I kind of cancel out the noise for the most part, right? So Alibaba, watching that one very closely right now. We also had Macys report, which Macys right now, guys, is up 9%. It's breaking out. Well, not fully breaking out, but it's having a great morning so far, great day so far, and now we're at a point, $21.50, $22. Did I not call this out a couple of videos ago? This is a very big spot for the bulls. If we're able to get out of here, $22, we got some upside. $25, maybe even higher from that point. And did I not say we have an inverse head and shoulders? You guys see this, right? Inverse head and shoulders here on Macys. And, it's playing out. And I feel like there could be more upside here in the right shoulder. So they did EPS of 52 cents versus 19 cents estimated. Revenue of $5.23 billion versus 5.2. So they double beat. And they still see full year revenue for the year of for 22 of 24.32 or 34 billion versus 224.58. So that's pretty much right in line with their previous guidance. In other words, they reaffirmed their revenue guidance and they raised their full year 22 EPS guidance. So this looks good. I mean, I like it. It's up 9-10%. Looks like a lot of buying pressure is coming here in the early minutes here of the day. And it's clear to me that it does not look like it wants to stop. I mean, it hit $21.80 in the pre-market, came down, retested $20.80, $21. Now it's starting to rip again at open. So this looks really good. Let's see what happens at $22. That's going to be a big sticking point, like I said. And we also had BJ's Wholesale Club report today, ticker symbol BJ. They're down 5.5% in the mid-70s right now. And the uptrend still looks like it's holding by the looks of it. And holy smokes, did this just hit a high? It looks like it did at $82 in the pre-market. That can't be an all-time high. Please don't tell me that's an all-time high. Oh my gosh, it is an all-time high. So today in the pre-market, ladies and gentlemen, and did I not talk about a stock yesterday that's been in a stealth bull market? What was it? Let me see my notes here quickly. This stock just hit an all-time high. That goes to show a lot of these companies, not a lot of these companies, some companies in the midst of a bull market or a bear market are having a bull market. And that's why I said this yesterday. I forget what company we were talking about now, but I said this yesterday. There's always a bull market in a bear market, right? Think about it, guys. In an overall bear market, there's always going to be some stocks that, outperform and, they hit all-time highs. And BJ's Wholesale Club is one of them. Even though it's down 5.5% right now, they did adjusted EPS of 99 cents versus 81 cents. Estimated full year, they raised their full year EPS outlook for 22, which is good. Q3 same-store sales were up 9.7% versus the up 2.6% estimate. And revenue for the quarter came in at $4.79 billion. I almost forgot about the revenue, guys, versus the $4.69 billion estimated. So they beat EPS on an adjusted basis. They beat revenue. They raised their full year EPS outlook, crushed same-store sales, and the stock is down, which I get it. I mean, it was just at all-time highs in the pre-market. It's ran up so freaking much. I mean, if you bought this stock in May, you were buying it in the 50s. I mean, geez Louise, guys. So this went from $50 to all-time highs in the span of, 180 days, pretty much a half a year here. It ran 63%. That is just remarkable. So, yeah, guys, those are 3 earnings reports from this morning, and I'm not sure if we have any after the bell today. We probably do. I'm going to double check that. But, that's pretty much it for those earnings. And for some movers right now, we have Netflix back under 300. Netflix, you broke my heart, man. You're starting to sell off again, but the chart still looks pretty decent. I was hoping it would hold 300, but again, it's starting to sell off back to the moving averages. Tattooed Chef, oh my God, man, this thing is just getting bludgeoned. This thing is down another 10% right now. We have stocks like Palantir down 3.5%. And if we look at some green stocks here, we have Nvidia, which you guys know, you probably know. They reported earnings yesterday after the bell. Nvidia is up 1%, which is not that bad. Foot Locker's up 2%. Wait a second. Isn't Foot Locker reporting earnings tomorrow? I believe they are. Yeah, Foot Locker's one you guys got to watch. They are tomorrow before the market opens. Yup, as they always are on Fridays. And, this is one that if it breaks mid-30s, we could see some more upside here. I kind of like the setup before earnings, especially if it breaks the mid-30 mark. So I'm going to wrap the video up, guys. I don't want to be in here too long on the morning video, but that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know where I'm going with this outro, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, get your free stocks from Moomoo, and you get also a $10 cash coupon if you deposit at least $100 and up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. And you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Link down below, guys. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.